Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, as you all know that we are reading chapter 4, The Rat Trap, written by Selma Lagerlöf in Flamingo, your main reader book. As of now, what we have read in the story, let us first recall, then I will explain the remaining paragraphs of this lesson. So as of now we have seen that this is very interesting story in which the writer tells us as the story has been written in the form of a fairy tale, in which the writer introduces a rat trap seller, a vagabond, a homeless person who used to sell rat traps, but by selling rat trap he could not meet both the end. He could not make his body and soul together. It means he was not earning enough. That is why he used to commit small thievery. So when he was walking along the road, suddenly in his series of thought, he thought that the whole world is like a rat trap and people in the world are like rats. This world offers riches and joys, which is like cheese and pork, which is kept inside a rat trap in order to trap a rat. Out of greed, a rat enters the rat trap and get caught. In the same way, human beings, either today or tomorrow, they get caught in this rat trap like world. As he was homeless, so he used to ask for the shelter from the people. So when he was walking along the road, he saw a cottage by the road. He approached the cottage, knocked at the door. An old man opened the door. The old man welcomed him as he was also alone. He was without child and wife. So that is why he was very happy to get someone to talk. He cooked porridge, they both ate, they played cards. Then old man started telling about himself. He told that earlier he was working as crafter at Ramso Iron Mills, but these days he was supported by his cow. By selling the milk of his cow, he was earning money and meeting both the and keeping his body and soul together. He also, in order to make the stranger believe that what he was saying was true, he showed him the money which he had earned the last month. It was 30 kronor, which was hung in a pouch on a nail. So he took out the money and showed him, and once again he stuffed the money into the pouch and hang the pouch. Both wake up early in the morning. The crafter left for daily routine, while the rat trap peddler also left. After half an hour, the stranger, the vagabond, the rat trap seller, the peddler came back, smashed the window pane and had stolen that 30 kronor from the pouch. Then once again he hung the pouch at its place. He decided not to go along the road as he had a fear to be caught. That is why he decided to choose the path which went through the forest. So when he was moving through the forest, as forest was dense and confusing. So that is why every time he found himself at the same point from where he had started. So he could not come out the forest. Finally he got tired and he laid down on the ground. When he laid down on the ground, then he heard thumping sound which was coming from nearby. So he thought there might be some people. Because of that thumping sound of hammer was coming. He moved into the direction from where the sound was coming. So finally he reached Ramso iron mill forge and asked the blacksmith for the shelter. Blacksmith, without showing any interest in him, he allowed him. So the owner of the forge came on his nightly hours. When he looked at the stranger, the rat trap seller, by mistake he mistook him as Nils Olof, his old comrade, Captain von Stahel. Nils Olof and Captain von Stahel both were the same person. So he considered him, he mistook him Captain von Stahel. He asked him to go to his home, but he firmly denied. After he thought that after he had given up, he left, and after reaching home he sent his daughter Edla. As he thought that Edla had Edla could persuade anyone more effective way than him. So when Edla came, and somehow Edla, the way Edla persuaded him, he could not deny, as he was a vagabond. So wherever he went, no one used to make him such bold request. So that is why he had to give up. He left with him to their home, to Iron Master's home. So this is what we have read in the story as of now. So now let's see what happened next in the story. Page number 40. Fourth paragraph. What in the world are you doing? Said the father. Okay. Yes, we did till this paragraph, which ends at vagabond. Okay. So actually what happened when he reached their home, in the morning he was identified that he was not Captain von Stahel. So when he was identified that he was not Captain von Stahel, then Edla's father wanted him to turn out, but Edla requested her father so not to send him out, let him celebrate Christmas with them. So initially her father was not ready, but somehow she made him ready. Let's see what happened. I'm thinking of this stranger here, said the young girl. He walks and walks the whole year long, and there is probably not a single place in the whole country where he is welcome and can feel at home. Whenever he turns, he is chased away. Always he is afraid of being arrested and cross-examined. I should like to have him enjoy a day of peace with us, just one in the whole year. So thus Edla requested her father not to get him out of the home, as she wanted to give him respect for one day. She wanted to make him feel like home at least for one day, because wherever he used to go, he was chased away. So that is why Edla was very kind to him, and he wanted him to celebrate Christmas with them. At least one day she could get such treat. The Iron Master mumbled something in his beard. He could not bring himself to oppose her. So finally the Iron Master could not oppose Edla. He also somehow agreed to keep that person, to keep the stranger at their home. It was all a mistake, of course, she continued. But anyway, I don't think we ought to chase away a human being whom we have asked to come here, and to whom we have promised Christmas cheer. So further she added that even if it was by mistake, so we could not, we should not send this person out of the home, as we have forced him to come to our home. So at least he should stay for one day to celebrate Christmas. You do preach worse than a person, said the Iron Master. Iron Master said, you do preach worse than a person. Person means, churchman. Person. P-A-R-S-O-N. Church man. Okay. So she said that you are preaching like a churchman. You are preaching worse than a churchman. I only hope you won't have to regret this. So further, father added that he had only worry that she might not regret on her decision. The young girl took the stranger by the hand and led him up to the table. So the young girl took the stranger to the table, to the dining table. Now sit down and eat, she said, for she could see that her father had given in. So finally her father given up when she brought the man and asked him to sit and eat. The man with the rat trap said not a word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. So the man with the rat trap, that person, the stranger with the rat trap, he did not say any word. He only sat down and helped himself to the food. Time after time, he looked at the young girl who had interceded for him. So, at intervals, he kept looking at the young girl who intervened for him. Interceded for him means intervened for him. Okay. Why had she done it? What could the crazy idea be? So he started thinking, he might be thinking why that girl had done so, why she opposed her father and made him stay to his home. So why it was done. So he was thinking all about it. After that, Christmas Eve at Ramso passed just as it always had. So Christmas at Ramso passed as usual. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he did nothing but sleep. The stranger did not cause any trouble because he did nothing but kept sleeping. The whole forenoon he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. The whole forenoon means, morning, before noon. So the whole morning he lay on the sofa in one of the guest rooms and slept at one stretch. He kept on sleeping. Simply, this is what the writer mean to say. So forenoon means morning. Right here. Forenoon means before noon, that is morning. At noon, they woke him up so that he could have his share of the good Christmas fare. So in the afternoon, they made him woke up so that he could have his share of good Christmas fare. Fare means food here. Christmas fare means Christmas food. So they made him wake up so that he could eat the Christmas food. But after that he slept again. But after having food, so he slept once again. It seemed as though for many years he had not been able to sleep as quietly and safely as here at Ramso. So it seems that for many years he had not slept as quietly as he was sleeping at Ramso. In the evening, when the Christmas tree was lighted, they woke him up again, and he stood for a while in the drawing room, blinking as though the candlelight hurt him. But after that he disappeared again. But in the evening, when Christmas tree was lighted, so they woke him up once again. He was called once again. So he was standing the way there. It seemed the candle light was, prinking in his eyes. They were hurting him. But after that, once again, he disappeared. 2 hours later, he was aroused once more. So after 2 hours, once more, they woke him up. He then had to go down into the dining room and eat the Christmas fish and porridge. So he went to the dining room and ate Christmas fish and porridge. As soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. So as soon as they got up from the table, he went around to each one present and said thank you and good night. So one by one he approached everyone and thanked them and also wished them good night. But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to But when he came to the young girl, she gave him to understand that it was her father's intention that the suit which he wore was to be a Christmas present. So when he went to Edla, and Edla told him that it was her father's intention that he should kept that coat as present, as Christmas present. He did not have to return it. And if he wanted to spend next Christmas Eve in a place where he could rest in peace and be sure that no evil would befall him, he would be welcomed back again. So she said, if he would want to celebrate the next Christmas in Ramsau, then he was invited. He was invited and he would be welcomed. There would be no harm. He could come. Okay, befall means happen to. Befall means happen to. So further she said if he would like to celebrate the next Christmas at their home, then he would be welcomed at Ramsau. The man with the rat traps did not answer anything to this. He only stared at the young girl in boundless amazement. So the man with the rat traps did not answer to this when Edla said if he would like to celebrate the next Christmas, then he would be welcome. At this he did say nothing. He just keeps staring at the girl in a boundless amazement. Boundless means limitless. I am writing here. Boundless means limitless. Okay, so he kept on staring the girl limitless in limitless amazement, limitless surprise. The next morning the iron master and his daughter got up in good season. So next morning the iron master as well as his daughter, they got up early in the morning to go to the early Christmas service, as they had to go for early Christmas service. Their guest was still asleep and they did not disturb him. The stranger was still sleeping, but they did not disturb him. When at about 10 o'clock they drove back from the church, and the young girl sat and hung her head even more, now turn the page number 42, dejectedly than usual. At 10 o'clock, when the girl was returning from the church, she was very upset. So what was the reason? You will get to know in the coming paragraphs, in the forthcoming paragraphs. At church, she had learned that one of the old crofter of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. Because at church she came to know that one of the old crofters of the ironworks had been robbed by a man who went around selling rat traps. At church she came to know that the crofter was stolen by a rat trap seller. Then she understood that the man who was sleeping at her home, he was a thief. At that point she came to know. That is why when she reached a church, she was informed, she came to know. Okay. Yes, that was a fine fellow you let into the house, said her father. Then her father said, it is because of you. That's why he is in the house. You requested. I only wonder how many silver spoons are left in the cupboard by this time. So her father said, he was amazed whether the things at their home was safe or not. The wagon had hardly stopped at the front steps when the iron master asked the valet whether the stranger was still there. So hardly their wagon was stopped at at the gate. Then the ironmaster asked whether the stranger still there. He added that he had heard at church that the man was a thief. The valet, the attendant, the servant answered that the fellow had gone and that he had not taken anything with him at all. On the contrary, he had left behind a little package which Miss Wilmason to be kind enough to accept as a Christmas present. So when the valet, the attendant, was asked whether the man was there, because they came to know that he is a thief, then valet informed that the attendant informed that the stranger was not there. He had left, but he hadn't taken anything with him. On the other hand, he had left something for Edla. The young girl opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. So the young girl, when she opened the package, which was so badly done up that the contents came into view at once. So when she opened, so very soon she found the content. She gave a little cry of joy. She found a small rat trap. So when she unwrapped it, she found that it was a small rat trap, and in it lay 3 wrinkled 10 kroner notes. But that was not all. In the rat trap lay also a letter written in large, jagged. Jagged means, rough and sharp points. Jagged means rough and sharp points. Okay, so roughly something was written. What was written? Honored and noble Miss, since you have been so nice to me all day long, as if I was a captain, I want to be nice to you in return, as if I was a real captain, for I do not want to be embarrassed at this Christmas season by a thief. But you can give back the money to the old man on the roadside who has the money pouch hanging on the window frame as a bet for poor wanderers. The rat trap is a Christmas present for a rat from a rat who would have been caught in this world's rat trap if he had not been raised to captain, because in that way he got power to clear himself. Written with friendship and high regard, Captain von Stahel. So dear students, he wrote that it was because of Edla's kindness the stranger had changed. Even the stranger had returned the 30 kroner which he had stolen from the crofter. He left at Edla's home and asked her to return the crofter. Further, he had written that all this change took place only because of Edla's kindness, as Edla had been so kind to him, and they had respected him as Captain von Stahel. So that is why after that day he did not want to be a thief. He wanted to behave like Captain von Stahel. So that is why after he had finished the letter, he signed himself as Captain von Stahel. Because now he was not a thief, he had changed, he had become a good person. So it's all about the lesson, and it's all about this video. In my next video, I'll discuss the questions and their answers which are given in your textbook, and also some major points of the lesson will be discussed in my next video. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.